Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about text columns. So this is a style option that is useful when you have a text like this and you want to split it into multiple columns. And so it's quite easy to do that. You go to the text element that you want to split up. You open up the typography, more typography options. And there are these two options over here, column width and column count. Now, in some cases, you don't really care how many columns there are, but you more care about the column width. So, like you might want to say, I want 200 pixel columns, and I don't care what the size is. Then you can actually specify the column width. As you can see, as I increase it, it actually ends up with less columns. So in this case, I put 200 pixels and it put 5 columns over here. And if I go into a smaller size, now it's 4, 3, 2, etc. So you can actually adjust it like that. Now, in some cases, this is not what you want. What you want is the column count. And like let's say we want 3 columns in this case. And you don't really care. You just want them equally distributed. So in that case, you wouldn't use the column count. And as you go into different medias, you can adjust these rules in the CSS, just like any other responsive style. Now the separator style. So if you look down here, once you enable the column count, some additional styles become available. And these are usually related to the separator and the column gap. So let me just put a little separator over here. Separator, we can say dotted, and we can increase the size as we want, and we can increase the column gap. You can see, so these are some of the style options that are available once you split into multiple columns. Now, this one, column fill, is a little bit weird because when you set it to auto, it just fills everything in a single one. And that's because this is the column filling algorithm. So what this says is when it's auto, it will just continue until it hits the height constraint. So in this case, the height is auto, so that's why it's not hitting it. So if we actually set a fixed height, let's say like this, you can see it's now hitting that constraint. And as I change the height, you can see that the last one is changing in terms of how much it's filled. So in some cases, you may not want that, and you can say balance. So you can see this now balances them out versus auto. It fills them one at a time, and then it may be not so well desired. All right, so these are the most common options for the text columns, but there's one more that we should go over, and that's for the children of such text columns. So for the children of that styled parent, there is another option here under size, which determines the column span, and there's only 2 options, none or all. And what this does is it basically breaks out of the columns and splits, shows the paragraph as the full thing. And it even works in the middle if you want. So that's pretty nifty actually. Sometimes you want to split it up like that. And yeah, so this is how you can adjust the text columns using CSS. Thank you very much for watching.